You have to look at the body as more of a kinetic chain. So, if someone comes in your office presenting with foot pain, you kind of have to isolate, well, is it the pain coming from the foot or is it coming from somewhere else? So in many cases, I think, patients' knee pain, hip pain can be caused from a misalignment in the foot. And that's where orthotics really help and make a big difference. Well, I think it gives me the opportunity to really help people in a way that, it's a good niche in medicine where, people, when they have foot pain, they're often ignored. And it's just, just your feet. But you don't realize that your feet are really the key to a healthy lifestyle. They're a key to your foundation of your being, your mobility. It's what really defines us as humans. So, if your feet hurt and you can't do the things you need to do, it really limits you in life. So it's really gratifying when people come in limping with issues they've had for years and you can make them better. They're very grateful for that. And, regardless of what it takes, if it's surgery, if it's not surgery, the fact that you were the one that can make them better is very satisfying. So some of the modalities we use in the office are like a gait analysis by foot scan, where patients are actually able to, in real time, we can watch them walk in the office and we can identify their pathology and their biomechanics. And based on that pathology and their biomechanics, we can make a custom-made device that is tailored to them. And that's been a real advantage. Well, in digital analysis, more when you see the patient initially, you kind of have an idea of what you want to correct and how you want to correct it. And the computer, the gait scan, is just kind of a confirmation, as you'd say, where it's an educational tool as well, where you can actually show the patient in real time and quantify what you're trying to tell them. So that's been a real important tool for us. When the patient comes in, they're presenting with a problem, you explain what the problem is, how you can make them better. Then as you're scanning them and they're walking back and forth on the gait and doing a gait evaluation, they can see how you're thinking out loud, how you plan on changing their gait or how you plan on making the orthotic so it fits them correctly. The time when we will take them through the design, if we have a very specific type of patient where they need a specific type of device, for example, an athlete or a runner, they need to fit in a specific type of shoe. That way we can go through the different top cover thicknesses and things like that to make sure that it will fit where they want it to fit. Because it's a custom device, so they're going to be wearing specifically in that shoe. And the thing that attracted, there are a couple of things. Number one, the technology itself, the fact that it's electronic, it's digital. I really like that. The ease of scanning someone, the ease of making the actual orthotic, and the fact that you're on the cutting edge of technology. Patients appreciate that you are always on the forefront of what's coming up next. And the actual material that's made from the 3D printing process, how it makes the devices a lot lighter, a lot more user-friendly for the patients. The added value is the fact that you can, number one, educate the patient and they can see exactly what you're thinking on a level where they couldn't see before. It was hard to explain to the patient, to connect with the patient before. Here you can connect with the patient more effectively and kind of explain to them what is going on in the process of why you're making them, how you're making them. And I think that is invaluable. Orthotics have been around for a long time, and you can see very little in the terms of technology, in terms of how they're made, has occurred until now. Now you have a device that's 3D printed that is extremely light, and that's one of the characteristics that patients love about them. They're very light, yet at the same time they can provide the same control that the traditional orthotics can provide. So now you have a device where you can put in many more shoes, which results in more patient compliance, and that is a huge advantage. For the customer, the fact that we can have you do a gait analysis and we can identify, how you're walking and correct it digitally and go over it with you and tell you exactly what's going on, I think that's a huge added benefit. The feedback has been excellent. Patients have really loved their orthotics. More than ever, especially the patients that have had the traditional orthotics in the past, when they get these new orthotics, they're floored by how light they are and how they can get into more shoes, and they're just seem happier with these devices.